Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Millie, and on this channel I share my yarn adventure with you. I share my knitting and crochet projects with you. I share yarn hauls with you. I also have a few knitting tutorials that I have added to my channel, and I will continue to add on to those as I go along. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing and becoming part of this family. So on today's video, I have a few finished objects and a few works in progress that I want to show you. So the first thing that I have is a crochet shawl. That's I'm done with this one. I only have a little bit left, a few finishing touches. And a while back, I bought some Caron cakes from Michael's. And this is the coconut cakes. And this is a new yarn to Michael's, and it's also the first time I bought it. I think it came out a few months ago. And so I decided to try this. This is a neutral color, and I have shared a little bit about this in a different video. So if you want to check it out, this is 78% cotton and 22% polyester. If it's a 4-weight, and it actually feels like a 4-weight. And so I decided to make a shawl with this, and I decided to crochet it because that way I can have it finished quicker. And I found a free video on one of the channels that I follow on YouTube, and I'm going to leave a link in the description. And I made this triangular shawl, which is made with using the granny square stitch. So I like it. I like the way the yarn worked up. It's soft, and I believe it might even get softer once I wash it, because I haven't washed it. And the only thing that is remaining on this shawl is I plan to add some tassels or a fringe down here, and that is why I have this yarn left. I'm going to use it to add either tassels at the edge here, or just the whole bottom here. I'm going to add fringe. I don't know if I have enough yarn for that, but I had bought 2 cakes, and so this is what is left on the second cake. And this yarn is 481 yards. So that was a lot. I used a lot. This is like a quarter left. So I could have continued working on it, but it's enough. It covers me. So I think it's good. It's good the way it is. So I'm just going to add the tassels, and then I'll be done with it, and it will be ready to use either when it's cold or inside the building when the air conditioning is running. Even during the summer, sometimes because of the air conditioning, sometimes I have to wear either a shawl or I have to wear a sweater inside at work. So it's going to come in handy for that. So that's the first finished object that I have. And then recently I took up my Sentro knitting machine again, and I have been working a lot on it the last couple of weeks. And so I made a few hats, and I'm going to show you a couple of them. So I made this hat, and I'm going to have a tutorial for this. You can follow along. And this is an adult size. and it's reversible. So you can either wear on these on the inside, or you can reverse and wear this tan color on the inside. So that's one of them. And I used this yarn, and I'm going to leave all that information down below if you're interested. So I used this yarn. This is it's called Rustic Romantic, and it's a yarn bee from Hobby Lobby, and it's still available. And this is a 4-weight, and there is 85%, it's 85% acrylic and 15% hemp. And there is 220 yards in a ball of this yarn. So I intend to make another hat with this because I like the combo, but then I want to make it a little bit larger so that this brim can be bigger than that. So it looks really nice, and it came out really good. So I like it, and this is the first time using this yarn. I bought it last year when Hobby Lobby had it on clearance. I don't know why they had it on clearance, because they still have this yarn and they still have these colors, but it was on a good deal. It was going for $1.37 a ball. So that's why I bought it, and I finally used it, and I like the way it looks. It has a heathered look, and so I like it a lot. And it worked really well on the Sentro knitting machine, because I have found that not all yarns do well on the Sentro knitting machine, but this one was really good. So that's one. That's one Sentro knitting machine hat. And then I decided to try a DK weight on the Sentro knitting machine, and I was making this hat for my grandbaby, and I love it. It is soft. It's really, really soft, but that could also be because I'm using a baby yarn. So for this one, I used this Baby Bee Sweet Delight. It's a DK weight, and I'm going to leave this color name in the description. And this is a speckled yarn. Let me see what the name is. Sweet Delight Prince Kitty, that's what it's called. And the color is kitty. I can't really see it clearly, but I think that's what it is. So this is a DK. It's a baby yarn, and it's 60% acrylic and 40% polyamide. And I use this to make baby things, and I like it. It's soft enough, and it comes in many nice colors. So this was just sitting in my stash, and I decided to try a DK weight on the knitting machine to see how it turns out, and I actually like it. And I think even for an adult, it would make a nice hat, because the DK is really stretchy. Look at that. So that means it can fit an adult and it can fit a kid as well. And if you compare that to the 4, it's stretchy, and this one is thick, but this is light. So if you have like a day that is not super cold, this would be a good hat to wear, because the fabric is lightweight, and because it's double layered, it's still going to give you enough coverage, and it's going to be warm enough, but not too heavy. So that's why I like it. And it comes in such beautiful colors. And so that is what I've been doing with my Sentro knitting machines, and I have a few of these finished, but I'm only showing you 2 of them because they are all similar. And then I have 2 works in progress that I want to show you as well. And now start with this big one here. So as you might have guessed, this is another blanket. So okay, and I'm using 2 different shades of pink. So I'm using this very light pink and this pink that's a little bit darker. So, and this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. So that is what I have used on this blanket. And then I'm using this speckled yarn, and I don't remember the name, but I'm going to leave the information in the description below. And then I have a touch of silver color. So I'm using all these 5 different yarns, but some of them have been sitting in my stash and I ran out of the pink, so I had to go buy some more. So this is a baby blanket that I am making for a friend of mine. And it looks like that. So the bottom part is exactly the same as the top here. So I have a little bit, 1 row of silver, a couple of rows of the variegated, the darker pink, and then a big section of the variegated. And I'm doing exactly, I've done exactly the same thing at the beginning, and I'm going to repeat the same sequence up here. So, and then the middle, I have this light pink, and I am on the last row here. So as soon as I'm done with this row here, then I'm going to do the pink, and then I'm going to do the border. And the border I am planning to do with the silver color. You can call it gray, gray silver, and it's shiny, and I like that little detail. So that's what I'm going to be using for the border, and that is why I incorporated it here, so that it's not just a random color that shows up on the border. And I believe that will put everything, tie the whole blanket together. And I have all the information here. I didn't use a pattern. I just worked it up myself and came up with how many rows, how many stripes, and all that. And I'm going to leave this information down in the description for those who are interested. You can use whatever colors you like and stripe it however you like. If you have blues, if you have cream or yellow, you can just duplicate if you're interested. So anyone that's interested, you can look down below and you will see what I did with it. But basically what I did was I chained 100 stitches plus 3, and then I just divided the number of rows because I knew that I wanted to make at least another 100 rows. But since I didn't want the blanket to be a square, I decided to do 105 rows in double crochet. So I'm using double crochet the whole way. Because I wanted it to be easy and fast, but I also wanted it to look beautiful. So that's why I actually mixed all the colors. So I'll leave that information if you're interested. And I'm going to be finishing this tonight. So it's a good size for a baby, and they can grow with it. And that's what I'm working on, and that's what I'm going to be almost finishing today. And I'm using the recommended crochet hook size, which is a 5.5 millimeters, and it's coming along. It gave me a really, really nice fabric. So I love it. I'm pleased with it, and I'm going to be finishing it tonight. So that is one work in progress. And the next WIP that I'm going to share with you is my 2024 temperature blanket. And this is what January looks like. It's quite large. I don't think I can fit it on the screen. I think that's out of the camera, but okay, folded in half. That's folded in half because I have 300 stitches, I believe. And it's all in linen stitch, so it's very compact and it's very short in terms of my stitch length is short because, of course, if I'm going to be making 365 rows, I figured that if I use double crochet, then it's going to add up really big, which is okay. But this first time I also wanted to try this linen stitch because I like it and I just discovered it. And I think it's looking good. And especially when you have different colors, linen stitch looks really good. So that is what January looks like. And I am using this neutral color between the months. And so every time I finish a month, then I'm going to crochet these with this color just to separate all those months. And then I think I'll use this color right on the border here. And then I'll work off of that and maybe use different colors to finish it off. Initially, I was going to leave the tails like this and put a fridge on it when I'm done. But then I changed my mind and now I'm moving in my ends and I'm going to crochet a border once I'm done. But I don't know what border I'm going to crochet, but I have enough time to figure out the stitch pattern for my border. So I am, like I said, I am behind, so I need to catch up with this and I'm planning to do that on my day off. And I'll just sit on a Sunday afternoon and do all those rows at one time. So wish me luck, because I don't think I want to be left too much. I don't want to miss too many days because then it means I have so much to catch up on. But that baby blanket that I just showed you has been taking up most of my time because I want to finish it and send it to the owner before the baby comes. So I'm keeping track on my little notebook that I found these pages online for free. Someone has created a PDF, a downloadable PDF of these pages, and I took them to Office Depot and had them bound into a notebook, and that has been very helpful because I can just grab this notebook and put it in my bag and go to work and write down the temperature. So that's what I'm doing, and it is working so far, and I like it, and I'm going to keep doing that. And this will kind of help me next year. If I do decide to make a temperature blanket, then it will give me a nice guideline of what the temperatures look like this year, and it will help me when I'm doing the color selections and all that. So far, that's where I am, and I like it, and I'm going to keep going, and hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be on top of everything, and I'll have some finished temperature blanket to share. So if you're working on a temperature blanket, leave a comment down below and let me know how you're doing. Are you crocheting or knitting every day? Are you keeping up with it? Are you behind? Are you ahead? So it would be kind of interesting to know what everyone else is experiencing if you're working on a temperature blanket. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel and this is the kind of content that interests you, consider subscribing and becoming part of the family. So Until next time, happy knitting!